I will storm off and call y'all to see you next Tuesday, but I refuse to drink water out of a bottle.
It's time to take A Therapeutic Dose, a prescription-strength reality TV podcast that explores the intersection of reality TV and therapy. Possible side effects may include entertainment, strong emotional reactions, and/or laughter. Here are your hosts, Ramona Ramirez and Margie McGee.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to A Therapeutic Dose, where we meet at the intersection of reality TV and therapy. I am Margie McGee, and with me, as always, is my dear friend and co-host.
Hello, I am Ramona Ramirez. I'm very happy to be here.
You sounded like AI. You're like, I'm very happy to be here.
Hello, I am Ramona Ramirez, and I'm very happy to be here. Margie, are you happy to be here too?
If only AI sounded like that. It's always like, your call is very important to us. We'll be with you shortly, Margaret McGee. I'm like, oh my God, just don't. Just play the stupid music.
God. So I sent out a message in the group chat last night. I had no idea that this was the season finale. And I don't know why I didn't, because I'm the one that takes this is season 14 episode. Literally last week was 16. Like, how many episodes did I think was going to be in this season? But I think it's like I kept waiting for something big to happen, like big, and nothing really. Was that it? Was the Caviar Caspia Porreet? Was that it?
It sure seems like it. I mean, Saint Lucia was like a lovely backdrop, but I was like, well, same old story.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of Sutton. I'm really glad it was the finale just because I'm done. By the end of this, I was like, oh, okay, we get it.
Yeah.
Let's just move it along.
Wow. And then to be fair, or to be honest, I'm not sure which word I'm looking for, but
both.
Yes. In the last 24 hours, we received news that I think it was before the finale aired last night that Garcelle has given her leave. She's not coming back for season 15 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And I don't fault her. I will miss her implicitly. She's probably my favorite housewife. I'm pretty fucking bummed. But yeah, I didn't realize it was the season finale, and it's like it was episode 17. I think I kept waiting for like Kyle's break to be more dramatic than it was after the Beau's wellness day, where she stomped off in her robe.
We never even heard about because she said that she had taken like 2 weeks off of shooting and it didn't show up at all in the season.
Yeah.
So I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, same here. Great. So no Garcelle and same old bullshit.
Well, I'm happy for Garcelle because I feel like the show served its purpose and she has her big old career now and she probably doesn't have time for this shit. Why, if you can be making your own art, would you be hanging out with Kyle Richards, you know?
Ew. Or getting
Onward.
shade from fucking Erica Jane of all people. No,
and that cute
thank
new
you.
grandbaby,
Yeah.
she's got such a sweet family. Like, this is a good time for her to not have to.
Not a fan of the name. Not a fan of the name.
What was the name?
Valley.
Uh-huh.
Valley.
Why? Is that why?
I don't know.
It's lame. The Valley's lame.
No, I listen, I'm not the be all end all on names and what you get to name your kid. I'm not. I just
didn't know if there was like a specific person named Valley or something that Frankie Valley or I
is
don't
there
know.
anyone named Valley?
Just Frankie Valley was the only one that came to mind.
Yeah, but that's
and
not
the
even
Valley
spelled.
TV show.
That's not even spelled Valley the way.
How about that? Yeah,
they
you're
spell
right.
it.
It's just topography.
I don't know.
It
just feels like there's a race to the unique baby name line. I'm in a subreddit, one of my favorite subreddits. I need to get a life because this is sad. This is one of my favorite subreddits is called Tragedy, and it's spelled TRAGEDEIGH.
Amazing.
So the names that the people that must be very unique, like the spellings are changed and, family members are desperate to please help me explain to my cousin / sister / brother-in-law about why this name is a tragedy. And I see names and I'm all, God damn, whatever happened to Jack? I don't know.
Well, I don't get to comment on this with a name like Margie McGee, where people are like, Oh, yeah. No, it's a problem. And it's not my fault, but it is. They look like they're spelled the same. Nobody knows how to pronounce it. I do not get to weigh in on
Margie,
this.
that's not
Trust me. I've lived with it my whole
tragedy,
life.
though. Like
It's Margie Maggie. It's a nightmare. Trust me. My whole life has just been like Maggie, Barbara, what? And I'll say it 100 times and nobody knows. So, but again, it's not the kid's fault. I didn't do this.
yeah, I might cut this out. I don't know.
No.
It might be too controversial.
But hardly. If there's a whole subreddit, then
there's a whole subreddit. There's a whole subreddit.
Yeah, no, and we all thought Apple Paltrow was we thought that was just off the rails, and it's gotten just wilder.
God, I forgot about that.
Year. Yeah, remember, it was the only joke that was made for 5 years straight.
I don't remember that at all. I don't remember that.
Oh, really?
No.
Maybe it was just, maybe I was new to the comedy world or something at that time.
God, I don't know. I mean, listen, and my kid is one of 3 Leos in his grade. And when we named him Leo, we did not anticipate, we didn't see that coming. It happened. What are you going to do? I don't know. It's a sweet old man's name. It's Leo Fender, the guy that invented the bass that Josh plays. The names I wanted were nixed summarily by my mother and my mother and my husband. And I still have a little bit of resentment around that. So whatever. I love my kid's name. He looks like his name. And it's not my business. Oliver, if you want to name your daughter Valley, literally no one needs to know what the fuck I think about it.
She's very cute.
She's
Whatever
darling.
her name
Yes.
did not stick in my brain.
Yes.
But her cute little face did. And I love that the other one, also an unfortunate name, OJ, that he thinks Garcelle only eats Oreos. For whatever reason, I was like, oh my God, grandmas are magical.
So
children
cute.
just assign all of these magical qualities to grandmas, and I love it.
So
Anyways,
cute.
I'm very happy for Garcelle to be moving on because this cast seems like a bummer for her. Sutton behaving how she did in this episode and this whole season, honestly, I think she's just like, nah, and I don't need to sign up to have my best friend turn her back on me and
Yeah.
make more movies.
Yeah. I am intrigued by the reunion.
Yeah.
I am intrigued by the reunion. Garcelle is, if they do go in on her, fuck them.
It looked like she walked
Summarily.
off, didn't it?
Yeah, it does. Mhm.
And, which is not like Garcelle. She's usually one
Right.
to
Right.
stick it out. So she must have just hit her limit and been like, yeah, no, I'm absolutely done. Bye.
If Tamara walks off,
She's
whatever.
always
If
coming
Kyle
back.
walks off, whatever. But for Garcelle to walk off, fuck you to whoever made Garcelle walk off.
Yeah.
I don't
hope
even
it
use
wasn't
the tape.
Sutton.
I hope it wasn't either. I never even thought about that.
I think Sutton will defend Kyle till the day she dies, and I think Garcelle may just be done with that.
Jesus.
So,
Jesus.
anyways.
Anyway, this is season 14, episode 17 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It's called A Caribbean Send-Off. Caribbean.
The age-old argument at
I
Pirates
mean-
of the...
Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah. We used to say Pirates of the Caribbean, but then
Yeah.
when people talk about the location, it's Caribbean. So I don't
Okay,
know.
well then I'm going to say Caribbean
Yeah.
because
But I don't know if that's right. I just know that there was that distinction. I was like, wait, why are they different?
however people living in the Caribbean say the Caribbean,
That's
that's
the way
how
to
I
do
want.
it.
That's the way
Saint
to do
Lucia.
it. Yeah, Saint Lucia. Yes, Saint Lucia. Is it? It's not Saint Lucia. Oh fuck! You know what? I don't know.
I think it's St. Lucia because my sister used to work for a company that had an office there and she would go visit quite often. And now I'm insanely jealous because I will say every shot of St. Lucia looked gorgeous. Everywhere they went. I was like, the house where they made chocolate. I was like, this is great. This is beautiful.
Yeah, I've had that chocolate too that Sutton ate that she said tasted like butter, and I knew it wasn't going to taste like chocolate, but it doesn't taste like chocolate. It's white. I'm sure it was when I was going through my, how do I want to lovingly refer this to adventures in orthorexia? Let's put it to you that way. And it's some sort of unfiltered raw cacao butter thing that I used. It was It was what it was. It was a time.
Yeah. It's part of the chocolate making process. Is that why
Yes.
they were tasting it? Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Mm-hmm,
Because I couldn't grasp that. I was like, why are you guys doing this? Like, wait till the delicious chocolate comes out of the freezer. Why are we
Yeah.
eating this part?
Yeah,
Anyways,
yeah.
Thank you for explaining. Well, we pick up where we left off with Sutton pouting on the catamaran, and Jennifer Tilly brings her a water, and she seems fine. Am I wrong? After that big storm off, cussing everyone out, she's just sitting cross-legged, and she's fine.
Yeah.
She's like, thanks for the water. I'm glad it came in a cup because everything else would be beneath me. I don't know. She just seemed like herself. So
Yeah. Why did she say it was in a cup?
I don't know.
Yeah. Just full disclosure to
Yeah.
everybody. The timing is perfect. I had an in-office ketamine appointment earlier this afternoon. So I am hours away from being under the influence of a medicine that they use for anesthesia in children. So just like I'm groggy, but this is how our schedule worked out. This is how it needed to happen. So I actually talked about it with my ketamine therapist, and I was like, what do you think? She's like, I actually think it'll probably be good. Like it'll be interesting to see how the medicine influences how you discuss these women later on this evening.
I
said, yeah,
I would be
you're right.
really curious what this looks like through a ketamine lens.
But so like I watched it fully sober last night. Obviously, I took notes. I watched it with everybody else when it came out. I came home afterwards, did a little bit of sleeping it off. And just to refresh my memory, I put my earbuds in and I played it on Peacock about 1.5 times, just as I was doing other things like making dinner, yada, yada. My point of that is to say I had 3 opportunities to understand why it would have been such a big deal to Sutton that Jennifer brought her the water in the glass. So I don't know. I don't know what that reason is.
I don't either. I feel like it's a rich person thing because they both seem to understand what they were saying to each other. And I was like, I'm lost. I don't know.
Hilarious.
Especially on the heels of that huge dramatic storm off freak out cuss fest. And then she's just like, thanks for the water in a glass.
Oh, you mean like selective couth?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I will storm off and call y'all to see you next Tuesday, but I refuse to drink water out of a bottle. I draw the line, ladies. Draw it. Anyway, at some point, Erica jumps into the water and she says, it's the only water I swim in. She won't swim in the Pacific. She won't swim in the Atlantic. She won't even swim in the Mediterranean, but she will swim in the Caribbean.
That made me, again, it just made me want to go so bad. I was like, what is so magical about that water? I want to get in it. And it looked beautiful. It really did. Then we have a little moment of Bose and Garcelle talking, and Garcelle says that Sutton hates Erica now, and Bose says Sutton hates everyone now. And I was like, that's about right. And then Sutton is, I don't know, like I can't tell. This is where she confuses me so. I can't tell if she's joking or what's going on. She's saying to Jennifer Tilly, she's like, it's like Satan came on the boat. And I was like, are you joking? Are you serious? Like, she just stormed off screaming cunts and bitches, and now it seems like she's joking. And I'm like, what? Which end is up?
Was Dorit wearing Beverly Beach? Was her bathing suit Beverly Beach bikini, or was it just a regular? Anyone know? Can anyone get me some intel on if Dorit was wearing Beverly Beach? I'm sorry.
No.
I'm a dick.
Wait, were you being serious?
Oh, I was being a sarcastic asshole is what I was.
I was like, oh my God, is it a real line?
No.
Maybe she's wearing Amanda from Summer House.
Oh, her line with South Moon Under?
Her
collab with South Moon Under? Yes.
Big bubby bikini line.
Yes. So Dorit is considering jumping in the water, and we see flashback to a footage of PK telling Dorit he'll buy her a Birkin if she jumps in. And again, I have to ask another snarky question. Was there an asterisk in that flashback saying, would this have been a Birkin that he sourced on Canal Street? Or, where was he? How was he going to get that Birkin money? PK, where was he going to get it? I don't think they're getting divorced. I think it's a storyline. I do. I think it's a storyline. I think it's a storyline for money. I don't know why. We don't have to talk about that now. That was my note for when we get to the end cards.
Yeah, that was interesting that they haven't progressed with. But yeah. It is also challenging. It's like, I think they were right. If they are divorcing, they're right to focus on co-parenting first. And if they're not divorcing, then whatever. It's complicated. The money stuff is really complicated.
I agree, but I feel like with Dorit and PK, there's complicated and then there's convoluted.
And criminal.
And criminal, yes. There's lots
Yeah.
of C's. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I hope she has a lawyer who's working that out for her, because if she's implicated criminally, she ought to get out of there. But again, Erica and Tom are still married because it's just it would be too, what's the word? Exculpatory or something?
Convenient?
No, it would
kidding.
incriminate her.
It would incriminate her.
Yeah, because they'd have to do all the
Convenient?
forensics.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
she just see, this is what, now I'm going to sound like Sutton right now. When you lay with dogs, you catch fleas. Dorit and Erica laid with some dogs. Wow, the ketamine really worked today, didn't it? Didn't it really work to like open my heart and expand my consciousness that I'm
Listen, or
like,
maybe you're just seeing the truth, you know? Maybe
my
this
God.
is just
Maybe
pure
you're right.
clarity.
That's a C I haven't used that this episode.
Yeah, there we go.
Clarity. Oh my God.
And then, I don't know, this is all just everything in this episode. A lot of this was just filler. Sutton and Jennifer Tilly bitch about, Jennifer Tilly relates everyone coming for Sutton like dogs hunting a fox, which I just do not see that as so. Jennifer Tilly in her confessional does admit to not being surprised that Erica calls Sutton out because Jennifer Tilly herself says she can see both sides, but she's Sutton's friend, and so she has to have her back. And I was like, well, at least you're acknowledging that this isn't clean. And I did laugh at Jennifer Tilly for saying to Sutton, I'm really kind of astonished at how much the girls don't like you. And Sutton laughed. So everyone's fine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, yes, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there shortly, in fact. Everyone is getting into glam for the birthday dinner with Erica Jane and Dorit. Bose has put a lot of effort into the party tonight, and Jennifer Tilly asks Sutton if she can have fun, and Sutton says yes, as long as Erica Jane and Dorit stay away from me. And
It's Dorit. It's their birthdays,
yeah,
by the way. So that's a big ask up front, Sutton. It's their birthday party. Don't go. If you need to stay away from the people whose party it is, don't go.
And then Jennifer Tilly says that she thinks that Erica Jane sounded rehearsed. And then in her confessional, she says when Erica and Dorit go after the same person, she thinks it feels like a coordinated effort and like they discussed it beforehand. I don't know that it was a coordinated effort, but did they discuss it beforehand? Yes. As gossip, that has probably been Dorit and Erica's main point of conversation this entire trip, or maybe even since Caviar Caspia went down.
It's been the whole season. I mean, Bose says it at the end of the episode and they flash back to it where Erica, her whole thesis statement has been Sutton kicks women when they're down. And she did it with Erica, Kyle, and now Dorit,
Yeah.
To me, it seems like Sutton's bad behavior is kind of the common denominator, but it certainly has been brought up a whole bunch all season long. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that counts as collusion, but like they've heard each other say it and they agree clearly. So I don't know.
So Garcelle tells Sutton, hey, you know what? Kyle did not stand up for you. And Sutton says, listen, we had a good week in Augusta. So to be so set back with Kyle, I've had enough.
Just she's crying as she says this.
Yeah. Yeah. No one has ever come up to me to apologize to me. They wanted to break me. They've been wanting to break me for years. And that's what I said last week to you. I said that they have been wanting to break Sutton ever since. I know that, and I felt a little bit vindicated later on in the episode when, well, we'll get there. But I have felt that this group has come for Sutton predicated by bad behavior or not. Like in retaliation for bad behavior or not, I feel like they've come for Sutton.
Yeah, and you get what you give. Boo-hoo, you know what I mean?
Okay,
I was like, yeah,
okay.
she's not wrong. No one apologized to her. They want to break her. And then we get some real editing excellence here. Sutton says they've been wanting to break me for years, and we get this clip package of Sutton's perception of events, which is all of the angles on these interactions with her as the victim solely. Then Garcelle says in her confessional, I'm not saying Sutton hasn't put her foot in her mouth. And then we get the second half of this editing package that shows the complete picture, where it's not just Sutton being on the receiving end. It's her calling someone a bitch. It's her telling Kyle she's already lost 2 sisters, want to lose a third. Name them. You're angry at your life. To me, it's that whole disease of perception thing. I believe that is how Sutton perceives her experience, that she's just been victimized. And I truly think there is that strange mental blank spot where she does not see her part in it. And I don't know if she ever will unless she does like some serious work, and it doesn't seem like she wants to. So I just thought that was cool editing of like, we see how Sutton has experienced this, and then we see the complete picture. And again, team nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody's great, but she's not a complete victim, but she can't see herself any other way.
You're right.
I don't
You're
know.
right. I can't believe that I have to sit here. It's like Groundhog Day every time we sit down. And I'm like, well, but they have been coming. And then you say something, I'm all, oh, shit. She's bringing a lot of it on herself.
Or
Yeah.
it's both. It's not like anything you're saying is wrong. It's just incomplete. Sutton's perception is incomplete. She's not wrong to be bothered and bummed out by some of their behavior, but she's not an innocent party, you know?
Yeah.
And then Garcelle says when Sutton's angry and she feels like she's being cornered. And I was like, that's fine. Everyone does. But like, you're an adult, learn some tools. It does not excuse bad and abusive language and behavior.
Yeah.
And then she walks off threatening to not go to dinner. And I was like, oh my God.
I know.
Honestly,
Oh,
dude.
God, I know.
It's so
I know.
dramatic.
I know.
To me, it's just like alcoholic in her cups, man.
I was going to
It's
say
just
alcoholic
constant
101.
changing of attitude, and everyone's trying to. Jennifer Tilly is like her codependent puppy, and Bose is the only one who's like, this is crazy. We're all just supposed to sit here in silence and act like nothing's wrong. You know, it's like, yeah, you are. Those are the rules. So anyways, Jennifer Tilly asked Garcelle what happened, having seen Sutton storm off into the bedroom. And basically they both come to the conclusion that Kyle does not have Sutton's back, and Sutton still desperately wants Kyle to be her friend. And that is motivating lots of her emotion and behavior.
And then piggybacking that in Garcelle's confessional, she says, Kyle not sticking it for Sutton says everything. She'd rather be loyal to Dorit and Erica Jane. Oh, God. Then Kathy comes to meet the group to leave for dinner, and she looks like a fool carrying her resort-branded tote bag.
What was she wearing? It's so infuriating.
T-shirt and shorts. I don't know.
But it was like a graphic T-shirt, and it was stupid, and it was like a unisex shirt. I was like, you're so rich. Don't do this. It's so obnoxious to be like, to have that much access to anything. And that's what you come up with?
Also,
and then
it
you
was
piss your pants?
a
Girl.
birthday dinner. And
know.
if, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong in thinking that if this was Kathy throwing a birthday dinner and someone showed up in white shorts, a branded T-shirt, and a resort branded tote bag, I feel that she might not appreciate that. But also, she might not fucking notice, dude. She might be like, oh, whatever.
She literally was dressed. Do you remember in the 80s that brand Crazy shirt that had like
Yes.
cats like surfing or on a skateboard or something?
Yes.
It looked like the shape of the shirt looked like that. And then like the white Bermuda shorts. I'm like, you are on vacation in 1983.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
is what you would wear to dinner in 1983. It is 2024 probably when this was shot.
Yep.
Like, Kathy, come on.
Yeah. Yep. Jennifer Tilly and Garcelle arrive from their respective villa, sans Sutton. And Jennifer Tilly, they were like, where's Sutton? And she says, well, there's been a glitch in the matrix and she's being put back together.
Codependent, just covering up for, yeah.
And then Erica's confessional, she says, all I did was ask her a question. Remember those questions? The things you'd like to ask me? And all I wrote was, okay, Trump, like, we get it, okay? We get it. Hilarious, clapping, great, Erica, yeah. We get it. Jennifer tells the group, I would have died as well if Jennifer did this for me, if she was my friend and she was like telling all these people that were my sworn mortal enemies by that point. She felt like everyone was attacking her and that it was a coordinated group effort. I would have been so mad. I'm sorry.
But like, no, but why? Why should Jennifer Tilly not be able to say that? That's the stuff that makes me crazy. Sutton made a huge scene. She said fucking bitches, fucking cunts, and then sat alone. And now everyone just saw her storm off. She's making scene after scene. What is Jennifer Tilly supposed to do? She tried by saying there was a glitch in the Matrix. It's so tiring to be that friend who has to be like, oh, my friend is pitching a gigantic fit and I'm supposed to just not, like, what is she supposed to say? Like, it's crazy. You have to tell the truth at a certain point. Otherwise, it's just insane.
I mean, like, I mean, like someone like Sutton. That's like her worst.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I see what you're
not
saying.
for me personally.
Yes.
I mean, unless I was, and I don't remember the last time I was in that headspace, but I mean, I'm sure when I was younger, like to let my mortal enemies know, or the people that wounded me know that I was wounded, that would have made me
she let them
so
know by
bummed.
storming
Yeah,
off
she
and
did.
saying, what the fuck do you want from me? It's not a secret, Sutton. You're the one who's telling on yourself,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But that, again, it's what makes me crazy about all of this. So suddenly it's Jennifer Tilly's fault that everyone knows that Sutton is upset when Sutton is the one who yelled at everyone and stormed off. It's like, it's your fault. Like, don't be that way. And then, you know what I mean? It just makes me crazy.
Yeah.
This whole episode was just, we're rounding out Sutton's season and I'm at my limit.
Yeah, Erica's offended by this after Jennifer says that. She says that in her confessional. She's offended. Then she calls Dorit in, like, Dorit, get out here. And Erica says, you know, Sutton feels like it was a coordinated attack. And Dorit's just like, oh, well, clearly it wasn't. Like, she's not even like, doesn't even a blip. She's like, oh, well, clearly it wasn't. Just kind of out there. Space cadet-y. I don't know. It was weird to me.
Yeah, no, the whole thing, it's just everyone is so firmly planted in their like battle stations. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So Erica's like, I observed something. I said it to her face. There's nothing wrong. It wasn't a coordinated attack. Jennifer Tilly's like, I don't want to fight Sutton's battle for her, but she's my friend and I feel bad. And she's spiraling because she feels ganged up on. Then we check in with Sutton, who's whining to her glam squad. Someone put a bobby pin in and it hurt her. And she goes, I've been beat up enough. I was like, oh.
Is that what she said about that? Is that what it was a response to?
They put some clip in her head and clearly it touched a tender spot. And she.
Oh, God.
But everyone is just dug into their perspective here. And then Garcelle tries to defend Sutton, saying she feels like she's been picked on since she joined this group. And Erica's right, saying she's been giving it as good as she gets it. Aww. And Dorit in her confessional says Sutton can dish it, but she cannot take it. If you put a mirror in front of her face, she either becomes an immediate victim or borderline evil. It doesn't mean Dorit's good, but that's not a wrong assessment.
And then Garcelle says, you know, I'm not saying she's a wallflower, but you expect her to be perfect. Then she points at Kyle and says, she'd like some blind loyalty from you. And Kyle's like, this is so crazy. This was like Erica Jane's argument. And now it's my fault? Full, oh my God, hair flip. Victim. Sutton's lame. Just like, dude, Kyle, if the roles were reversed, you'd be... There's no winners between Sutton and Kyle. I'm just saying that, like, Kyle is such a dick. Kyle's a dick. Kyle is a terrible friend.
But was she wrong here? She made sense to me. Sutton's mad because Erica says that Sutton tears down women. While Garcelle and Jennifer Tilly sit silent, Kyle is expected to take up for her when Kyle is not her friend. Yes, Kyle went to Augusta, but she didn't do anything there. She went for runs and then bitched about, are we even going into the house where your dad committed suicide? Like, she was awful. So I don't understand what Sutton expects either. And I'm not saying that Kyle's like, she did a hair flip. This is bullshit. You know, it became a whole thing.
It's just, I think that was just her reaction. Like, whether or not she's clearly not the friend that Sutton wants her to be, nor thinks that she is.
Yes.
It was more just like her level of just embarrassing Kyle drama around it. That wasn't a very eloquent way of explaining it.
No, but it's also a weird ask. Like Garcelle to say that she expects blind loyalty. It's like no one deserves blind loyalty.
I agree.
That's a stupid thing to ask for in the first place.
It's
so like I'm a little bit with
for.
flipping my hair with Kyle being like, well, don't expect anyone to have blind loyalty. That's on you. That's crazy.
Yeah. You
sorry,
guys
go
were
ahead.
quiet. Kyle says, you guys were quiet, but it's on me. That's a joke. Like, she's just so, does she not, okay. That's Kyle. That's who Kyle is. Kyle's not a nice person. Kyle on Watch What Happens Live is the real Kyle. Watch What Happens Live, Kyle would say, that's a joke. Like, she's going to kick you when you're fucking down. She's going to kick you when you're down. I'm not saying that Sutton doesn't bring it on herself, but Kyle is the first person to kick you when you're down.
But in this case, I feel like that's on Sutton because Kyle has shown herself to be nothing but that. So, like, if
Yeah.
you're expecting blind loyalty or support from someone who's only been a dick, then, like, why are you crying about this dick, you know? And it's sad, it's sweet. Like, Sutton does want her friendship so bad, she keeps trying to overlook all this stuff. But I'm with Garcelle. At a certain point, it's just exhausting. It's like you manufacture your own misery, man. Like, Kyle's not nice to you, and she doesn't like you, and she doesn't defend you or support you. And then you're mean and shitty to Jennifer Tilly and Garcelle. I mean, I'm sorry. I just can't get over, they showed it at the beginning of the episode when Garcelle stormed off to her bedroom. If that was my friend, my heart would have been shattered.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have spent the rest of the vacation, whoever I thought I needed, their attention from would be dead to me. The rest of my time would be trying to repair what damage I caused to someone who means so much to me, who went into her room and slammed the door because I was so dismissive. Just done with Sutton. But I can't be because we have this whole episode.
Oh, God, we have an hour left. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. It was an extra long episode. Yeah. Erica Jane in her confessional again says, do you guys not remember what she did to Kyle last year? Again, Kyle has asked everybody to be honest. Everybody, including Erica Jane. She's asked everybody to be honest. Sutton asked the same thing from her last year, and Kyle did not like it. Or the year before last. I don't know. The marriage year. One of the year with the tendrils.
Yes.
Another year with tendrils. Yes.
But it is fair. Like, Sutton last year brought to camera the fact that Kyle's marriage was crumbling. And yet, a year later, she expects Kyle to stop the catamaran and tell everybody to back off of dear sweet Sutton, who's never done anything. It's like, what world are you living in, Sutton?
Oh, God.
Just let it go. She sucks. You suck. Just don't focus on the people who, like, get you and love you. I don't know. I guess I just feel I'm with you. Like, I just like Jennifer Tilly and Garcelle so much that I'm like, why are you chasing this person who is just unkind and unavailable?
Shit. All right, Ramona, come on.
Whatever.
Come on.
The staff walks everyone over to the party. And I did appreciate Erica for telling everyone to stop their bickering so that they could respectfully, engage with the staff as they were walked to the party. That was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Then Sutton walks over alone, and in her hero narrative tells us that she decided to come to dinner because she will not let these women get the best of me. I am going to show them you didn't break me and I'm still here. It's like, what scene are you coming from? All I've seen you do is call Dorit poor, call everyone cunts and bitches. Like, what are you talking about? It just was like, okay.
She also showed up because she liked her outfit.
Sure, and it was fine. I wondered what you thought of it. I feel like you'd look great in that.
I liked it. I liked her outfit. I liked her hair. Yeah, I
It was
loved
like
Jennifer's
a leopard print,
outfit.
like caftan or something.
Asymmetrical off the shoulder vibe. Yes. You know whose look I did not care for? Erica's confessional look that they kept going to throughout the episode. The leopard with the real. She looked like she was off the set of Cats, the movie.
Her makeup was
maybe the
weird. Her
play.
makeup was really weird. Yeah.
It was not good. It took me out every time I saw it. That's neither here nor there. So they're perusing vendor offerings. Jennifer Tilly gets Sutton a lava rock bracelet to ward off bad energy. And Jennifer fills her in on the little tete-a-tete they all shared when they were in Bose's room gathering before they left for
Waiting
dinner.
for Sutton.
Waiting for Sutton. Oh, God.
Right.
You're right.
So Sutton was not there, and everyone's like, where's Sutton? And then Jennifer Tilly answered the question, and Sutton says, why did you say that? It's like, well, why weren't you there? Take some responsibility. Oh, my God.
Oy. Yeah. Kyle approaches Sutton and stutters out, I heard you, and Sutton says, I'm fine, you know. Sorry, that's difficult for all you to understand that I needed to get into a happy place. Oh, God, dude. It's not good.
It's not good.
Not good.
She puts it all on them. She goes, I'm fine. I'm sorry that y'all can't understand, but I needed to drink alone and complain and whine to my glam people.
No.
Girl.
None of my friends would suffer me that. They would all be like, Ramona, we're going to go have dinner when you sort this all out. Please come join us.
Yeah, and I would show up and be like, I had a meltdown and I needed some time to get my shit together.
Yeah.
Thank you for waiting.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, you don't understand what you did that made me do that. It's like, you're insane.
God. Seeing it in my notes in black and white, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, transcript
I'm
version.
Getting it. Yes,
yeah,
transcript version it's hard to ignore it. It's hard to ignore
because her
it.
cute little Southern face isn't saying it, so suddenly
You're
it's
right.
like, oof, in black and white, this ain't great.
Oy, 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 oy. So Kyle tells Sutton that, listen, Garcelle and Jennifer said, I don't defend you. Listen, Erica Jane had the issue with you, and her issue is that you come for people at their lowest moments. And Sutton repeats, do you think that's true? Do you think that's true? Do you think that's true? Over and over and over, obviously reminiscent of name 'em, name 'em, name 'em, name 'em. Reminiscent of let the mouse go, to be fair. I mean, you know. And Kyle says in her confessional, yes, we think it's true. So Kyle tells her it was true last year, but I didn't speak up on purpose because you're my friend. And I said, manipulative, Kyle.
See, I thought that was fair, though. I think that was the best Kyle could do in that moment, was not say anything. Because the answer is, I agree. Kyle is saying here, yes, it was true for me. That is exactly what you did to me last year, what Erica Jane is accusing you of. I did you a favor by not saying that. I sat quiet instead of flaming you and saying, yeah, 100%, this is exactly who she is and what she does. So I don't know. And then Sutton just goes into more victim town where she's like, I have been pummeled. And Kyle's like, everyone's been pummeled. Like, that's the job. Sorry about it. And Kyle says, you're acting like you're the only one who's gone through this. And she's like, I'm talking about myself right now. It's like, oh my God. And then in her confession, Sutton's confessional, she says, so now it's about you, Kyle. I haven't seen you get pummeled. And I was just like, because you did it. You're the one who did it. And she goes, I haven't seen you get yelled at by every person in this group, which happened to me. If memory serves, you're the one who yelled and cussed everyone out and like, I just can't with this woman. And Sutton closes it out by saying, if you are too self-absorbed to see this, then we have a serious problem. And I was like, yes. You spot it, you got it.
I said that same thing. I said, guess what, in Sutton, you have a serious problem. You have a serious problem.
Truly.
Yeah, totally.
And then Sutton cries some more and threatens to leave if this conversation continues. And I was just
God.
like, you manipulative drunk. Again, I've had too many of these interactions where it's like, I won't do this anymore. It's like, you're losing this. And so now you're going to cry and threaten to leave. So, okay, we'll set it aside and you can stay and ruin the night in new ways as we carry on.
She just wants to be a Barbie. I don't want anyone else to come up to me. I just want to be a Barbie.
With an IQ of 140.
Yep,
just
with
go
an
to
IQ of
hell.
140.
Just go to hell.
I mean, honestly, like this whole, between the way Kyle came up to her, like, well, I heard that you, you know, and then her saying, I want to be a Barbie. I was like, dude, my niece is in high school. And my niece and her friends, I have been in the car with them. I've been at group events with them. I've, you know, been the quiet aunt, like listening just to like, you know, because they're adorable and hilarious to me. They are more mature than these two middle-aged women.
Nobody comes out looking great except Bose. So everyone sits for dinner and Bose is annoyed that Sutton won't address what's wrong because she's like, it makes it awkward for everyone. And it's selfish, basically.
I don't buy that. I think it was faux annoyance. I think it was annoyance for sport.
See, I think to me, again, I'm projecting, Sutton is my dad. To me, Sutton is enforcing the rules of an alcoholic household, which are whatever I want. And Bose says as much in her confessional. She says Sutton doesn't want to come. Then she does want to come, but only on her terms. So we're expected to sit in silence and ignore the fact that something happened. Bose says that doesn't make any sense. And I was like, it makes perfect sense. If you were raised in my household, that's the rules. And it's obnoxious. And I didn't realize how obnoxious it is until getting some distance and recovery.
Yes, you know what? You're absolutely right. It's Kyle who's faux annoyed. It's not Bose. It was Kyle who was faux annoyed.
Yeah, because Kyle doesn't really care about Sutton.
She does not really care about her. And that's why I think between the two of them, that's why I think that Kyle's worse. Especially like when we go to the scene later when it's Garcelle, Jennifer, and Kyle. Like, well, I think the three of us here, we're the closest to Sutton. So it's like, okay, so when you're with Garcelle and Jennifer Tilly, you're one of the closest people. But when you're with Bose, Erica, and Dorit, Sutton's crazy. Sutton, oh, I'm going to roll my eyes. I'm going to lick my lips. I'm going to flip my hair. That is what I'm trying to say. It took me fucking 45 minutes to get there, but that's what I was trying to say. That is why I think that Kyle is just as shitty as Sutton.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad. It's just sad. Kyle does not like Sutton. Sutton continues to pursue Kyle. Kyle dislikes Sutton even more. So it's just sad to watch the whole cycle.
Is there one good Kyle on Bravo? I
mean, I enjoy them all as characters, honestly. Like, Kyle Richards is, you know, love to hate her. Kyle on Summer House. But I just think he's such an interesting character study. That human behavior is like not unique to him, you know? So it's interesting to watch it on TV.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But
yeah.
But yes, that's what I'm saying.
Anyways, Kathy gets ice in plastic bags to put in her armpits and then later excuses herself to piss her shorts. She's awful. Why is she on the show? What? Honestly, Ramona.
I don't know, dude.
She did nothing. She just was terrible and disgusting.
I don't know.
Erica.
She put ice. She asked for ice in plastic bags. Fine. Didn't hear her say please. Okay. Then she sticks them under her armpits in public. And I'm sure she didn't throw them out herself. She left her nasty melting armpit ice for someone else to pick up and throw away for her.
At a dinner table. Then she went and put her piss shorts in the sink in the hotel room. Like, disgusting. Go away. You don't deserve nice things. I can't. And then tells everyone she comes back to the table and she's like, I pissed my shorts. Like, why would you say that as everyone's eating dinner? Oh my God. I can't.
Oh God, help me, please. Oh no. What are we doing talking about this on a Wednesday night when we should be in bed?
I know, honestly.
We're talking about Kathy Hilton.
Because she just makes such a weird spectacle of herself.
She's so rank.
She is literally in every way, just armpits and shorts piss.
Oh God.
So
okay.
Erica mentions that she doesn't like being accused of collusion, and Dorit says the reason Sutton is accusing them of that is because she's guilty of the same.
I wrote, you should know, Dorit.
I mean, it's just, again,
it's right. You're right.
It's you know,
the same person.
It's like, is there alcohol in the drink? You're a bitch. It's like everybody's
picture.
Terrible.
Right.
But Sutton, again, is making this night all about her. So she's like at the shopping area, still balking at sitting down at the table, and then bitches about, I wasn't clear if she was mad that there were place cards or there were not place cards. But whatever makes her feelings someone else's fault. That's what she was getting at. And I was like, I don't understand your logic, but I see what you're doing and I hate it.
Yeah.
And then remember last week when Erica came down on Garcelle for like, she doesn't tell us anything about her personal life. Well, here we see her sort of like being taken by the waiter. And then she gives us in her confessional. She's like, my dating life, I'm not on the apps, but if I meet someone essentially out in the wild and they interest me, I might have a little fun. And as we suspected, that's it. She's sorry that she didn't sleep with a cannibal next door, Erica, but like she has other things to do. So
a cannibal next door? What's that?
Erica Jane slept with Armie Hammer.
Oh, that's right.
Because he lives in her neighborhood, and he's more than several women have accused him of
yes.
saying really charged.
Ew. Remember, she posted a picture of herself in the I'm forgetting the name of the fetish, the rope fetish.
Hentai?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe so. So she posted a picture of herself in that like tied up in that way during the time when I think that it was alleged that they were having
he
a
probably
little
took the
tryst.
shot,
Oh,
yeah.
God. Can you imagine? This is what I'm saying. Erica, Tom Girardi. I don't know who the fuck Dorit's version of Armie Hammer is to her PK, but these women are not picking out people that are people I would want my friends to date. There, that's all I'll say it.
Yeah.
They're making choices I would not make.
Yeah. And Garcelle is making totally appropriate choices.
Exactly.
And it's not her priority, So it's like, if it happens, great. And if not, I'm fine. And then this is when Kathy excuses herself to piss her shorts. And then we just sit in silence for a long time. And again, I blame Sutton. And then Kathy returns and she's changed clothes as she announces because she peed herself and her shorts are soaking in the sink. And Bose looks disgusted. And I love her for that. Because Kathy Hilton or no, announcing that your urine-soaked shorts are in the sink in your villa is like not dining room table discussion. Then we have a series of impressions, and it lands with Sutton having no sense of humor about herself, and she was like agitated, and Kyle in her confessional I thought was right, saying Sutton is bringing negative energy to Dorit and Erica's birthday and making it about herself. And it's like, yeah, you could take a couple hours off and just let this be Erica and Dorit's night. But instead, she mopes while a whole staff sings happy birthday and present face cakes to Dorit and Erica. And Sutton's rolling her eyes and posturing in a way that, like, when you're like a grumpy 12-year-old girl and you want to be seen being a grumpy 12-year-old girl, that's what she's doing.
Yeah.
And she won't eat the cake. And people keep offering it. And she's like, no, I don't want any cake. Well, I'm done here. And then she leaves, and it's weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
But everyone leaves. I mean, that's what they do.
Yeah.
They ruin it for everyone.
Yeah.
And she says, I did the boat. I showed up for dinner. I got made fun of. They just like to kick me. You didn't get made fun of. Everyone was doing impressions. They did impressions of Jennifer Tilly, too. And she didn't storm off because it's just impressions. It was supposed to be fun. It was Dorit and Erica's birthday party on Bose's vacation. And look at you, Sutton. You pouted and pitched a fit. It was just it's so disappointing.
God.
Anyways, I've just been to too many of those events that I was just like,
yeah.
Great.
Yeah, you're right. There's no other way for me to look at this.
No, because look at what happens the next day. What does everyone talk about? Sutton. It was Erica and Dorit's birthday. Bose set up a whole night market for them. What do they talk about? Sutton. It's just that personality type. I can't. Ugh.
So the next morning, we have morning montages. Kyle is doing reps, but instead of counting, she's saying to herself, this curl is going to make me feel in control. No, this one will make me feel in control. No, this is going to be the curl that makes me feel like I'm in control. No, this one will, and so on and so forth. Bose tells Nico that she and Sutton are going to go off and do their own thing. Jennifer Tilly looks gorgeous as always. She's wearing her Schiaparelli vacation jewelry, and I fucking loved it.
Love that she has designated vacation jewelry. It's so great.
In Bose's confessional, she says she wants Sutton to know, listen, I'm not just Team Dorit, okay? Jennifer and Garcelle and Kyle are at the beach. And Jennifer Tilly looks and she says, you know what? I've got a really good life. She asks the women not to judge her. And she says she's ordering 2 things. And I was like, dude, I hate that she felt like she had to say that. Like, don't judge me. I'm getting this and this. It's like, listen, fuck everyone. If they judge you for ordering 2 things, that's not your fault. That's society's fault, dude. That's culture's fault. Not all cultures, but you know the one I'm talking about. Anyway, Did I just make that about, it didn't have to be that deep, did it? Did I just have to, I felt so uncomfortable.
But if I was her, I would have felt uncomfortable
projecting.
too.
I was projecting.
I don't know. If
onto
Kyle's
Jennifer
there
Tilly.
and I put anything in my mouth, I would feel, but I guess me saying don't judge me wouldn't stop her from judging me. So
No,
it's just
not someone like
acknowledging, I
Kyle,
know you're
no.
judging me and I'm also going to eat a pork slider. So
Right,
fuck
right.
off.
Oh, God.
Then they start their postmortem on Sutton, and
Mm-hmm.
Kyle wants them to see her perspective, feeling like she was singled out when neither Jennifer Tilly or Garcelle opened their mouths either. And Garcelle, this just was so sad. Garcelle says, in Sutton's story, you're the hero, Kyle. She wants you to come save the day. Garcelle says the standards for Kyle are different than for everybody else, and Sutton continues to choose Kyle, and I have to determine if that's going to affect our friendship. And it appears it does. And it would, rightly so.
And again, this is like what I was referring to a few minutes ago when like Kyle's like, okay, well, Sutton's besties as also one of Sutton's besties. We're here because we're the closest to Sutton. And it's like, see, again, it's for you to conveniently, you get to be one of her closest people here. And then she misses the whole point, like when you said a few minutes ago. Garcelle tells her, in the story, you're the hero. When you stay silent, it feels like a pattern. Kyle misses the point, and she's like, why am I being singled out? It's like, no, it's not that you're being singled out because, oh God, we're singling out Kyle, victim, Kyle, victim. I literally could not be less fucking stupid right now. My brain cells shit the fucking bed. I'm so sorry.
No, but I think it's hard because Sutton is singling Kyle out. Sutton is ignoring her close friends. And again, I just go back to that night when Jennifer Tilly tried to put an arm around her and she shrugged her off after Garcelle had already stormed out.
Right.
So those are her friends. And Kyle is like, why is the focus on me? Like, I'm her friend, but I'm not like you guys. You're her real friends. And like, why am I the hero? It is too much to be put on. It makes no sense. It's what Garcelle said. It's Sutton's story. It's not reality. And while she keeps trying to fulfill this fantasy, she will continually be disappointed. Because you're right. Look at Kyle. She's rude and insensitive and unkind. So,
God.
yeah, hardware store for milk, baby.
100%. Yep.
And then Garcelle wants to check in with Kyle about Mauricio. And again, every woman on the show is trying to do a solid by all these women heading for divorce. She warns Kyle to get a lawyer because at best, Mauricio's lawyer may suggest he take you for a ride. And even the nicest guy in the world will not fight their lawyer's advice because everyone going through a divorce wants to twist the knife in their ex-partner. It's just the nature of the beast. And that's how it appears. That's how Jennifer Tilly got a piece of The Simpsons, because initially they had $700K in the bank and he was just going to give her half, which seemed decent. And then her lawyer was like, no, we're going to ask for this extra piece. And now here she is with vacation jewelry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So get a lawyer,
Yeah.
get a good one.
Exactly. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. No, she said that her ex offered her $350,000, half of what he said they had. And her friends were all,
It was her lawyer. And that's why she's saying, get a lawyer. You can be rich like this. And if you don't get a lawyer, you will accept $350,000 and you won't have vacation jewelry.
And Kyle acts like she didn't know that, which just shocked me. Like,
She
how do
just
I
thinks-
fucking know this when I don't, like, I knew this. I knew this.
Knew what?
I knew that. I knew how Jennifer had her money.
Oh, yeah.
I knew that she had her fuck you money through because Sam Simon was her ex-husband. You know?
But I think the new piece of information was that Jennifer Tilly her instinct was not to ask for a piece of The Simpsons. Her instinct was to take the amicable settlement of half. And instead, she had a good lawyer who was like, here's a new angle on this, babe.
Yeah. But
and that Kyle should have one of those too, because she can either get half or she can get agency commissions for the rest of her life.
Yeah, dude.
Then we have like a hotel montage, and all I wrote was Kathy being gross, Erica and Dorit eat, Kathy being gross again. I don't know what she was doing. Oh, she was doing like makeup or something with her bucket hat on. What the fuck was going on?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if she knows what's going on.
It was just gross.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
and sad. St. Lucia's right out there. Like, go outside.
I don't know.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Crazy.
Thank God. Maybe she should stay in her room and not subject any other people
with her urine
then
soaking
aren't being
shorts.
paid to be there. Yes. Maybe it's a mitzvah that she's not out there.
Then
Anyway.
Bose and Sutton, they at some point here went to go make chocolate, and their chocolate is going in the fridge. So they have 20 minutes and they sit down and once again do a breakdown of the night prior. And Bose asks Sutton her thoughts. And Sutton, God, she drives me crazy. Sutton says, if I told you my thoughts, they wouldn't be my thoughts anymore, which is a Jackie Kennedy quote. And I would have punched her, but Bose very kindly, as enthusiastically is like, well, I've never heard that quote before, as opposed to being pissed off for this passive-aggressive, dismissive bullshit. You ruined a party last night, and now you're going to Jackie Kennedy me? No. You're on my vacation, I planned a party, and you pouted in the corner the whole night. Like, explain yourself. Come on. And then she just makes it worse for herself. Sutton says, I heard what those women said, and she thinks Erica's claim came out of nowhere. And Bose says, but aren't you glad Erica said it out loud to your face? And Sutton has a full defense ready, pointing her fingers at everyone else, claiming double standards, and blames Bose for being ignorant about the relationship dynamics. And
I mean, the roll tape of it all, I hate myself. I hate myself for going to bat for this woman that would probably just like look her nose down at me. I don't know. She's like, yep, Erica Jane was down. And Dorit and Kyle did the exact same thing to her when she was down. And they did it after they asked questions. And their husbands also made fun of her on camera.
True. Does that defend anything Sutton
No.
did? Yeah. So I think that's, if I'm Bose, I'm like, you ruined a party last night. I'm here with you today. What do you need? Like,
I know.
It's like, congratulations on, again, it's not as simple as Sutton is making it. Erica pointed out the pattern of Sutton befriending women and then kicking them. So she does this added step of endearing herself to them and saying, I'm a safe place, I'm your confidant. Then they share something and she absolutely rails them on camera in front of everyone. And she gets off on it and then blames everyone else.
Okay.
It's not as simple as asking questions. It's not that.
Oh, God.
It's a weirder, more manipulative grooming pattern that is really creepy.
Okay.
And it's true, like Bose doesn't have all the information about the old relationship dynamics, but if your behavior was upsetting enough for someone with no understanding of your history to bring it up, you better be able to speak to why that happened in a way that isn't just their husbands did this or that. It's like, what?
God.
I don't know. But I think, and I felt like you would appreciate this, Erica and Dorit are then talking, and Dorit says Sutton is not consistently a bitch or mean-spirited, which is why this is complicated. Because the reason they fell for her initial grooming move of saying, I'm your friend and I'm here to support you through this very hard time is because it feels sincere. And I bet Sutton means it at the time, but she's not capable of following through because of whatever her damage is. Because then she changes the rules and puts you on blast and pouts. It's just confusing.
I know.
And in Dorit's confessional, she says Sutton's apologies are performative. There's usually a sucker punch right around the corner. And that seems to kind of be true.
But then she's, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. She says she doesn't trust what's coming out of her mouth. And I was like, bitch, same with yours. I don't trust what's coming out of your mouth either.
Totally.
You know?
It's just,
and see, I guess, and I'm finally beginning to get it. You're like, yes, Ramona, okay. And that doesn't make Sutton any more right just because Dorit's doing the same shitty thing. I get it. I'm getting it. Took me 17 episodes.
Listen, and it's subtle. That's the thing, is Sutton is subtle, and
that's what it is.
She's charming, but it's the insidiousness of the pattern that Erica is pointing out. Like, you've now done this to 3 separate people. You've claimed to be empathetic and their support system, and then you make it really hard for them to go through a really hard time.
I don't know. People just seemed so, I feel like people are so, Like they'll love to give, not love, but like the benefit of the doubt given to Erica Jane and Dorit as opposed to Sutton when the three of them don't deserve it. But it's like, I think it's because Sutton's insecurities are just so like right there. And Erica and Dorit, they do what they can to like hide their insecurities to the point where they don't think that they have any insecurities anymore. Like they've bought into their own bullshit. And so I think that's why I have that soft spot for Sutton, is because I don't think that she hasn't figured out how to hide her insecurities like the cool kids can. So her insecurities are out there with her bad behavior, while Dorit and Erica's insecurities are like tucked behind a lot of fucking, I don't know, contour and labels. I don't know. Does this make sense?
It
what
makes
I'm saying?
sense. It makes sense. I just find it, I just don't forgive it. Because if you put it in physical terms, if Erica has no insecurities and lands a punch, is that okay for Sutton to like punch back? Like if someone hits you, you walk away. You don't fucking get in the fight. Because what happens? Somebody wins and somebody loses and everyone's hurt. Just get away from a bad person. Erica's a bad person. I don't disagree.
Okay.
She hits you, go away.
Yeah.
Stop coming back. What are you doing?
I don't like Dorit and I don't like Erica.
And in this episode, the very ending, I was so furious at Erica's like little
Oh my
update card. I
God.
was like, are you guys fucking kidding me right now?
I know.
But like,
I
her
know.
time will come.
Sutton tells Bose, listen, I have to remind myself where Erica and Dorit are in their life, and that to look at her life must be hard for them.
And Bose gave one of her classic, like, oop.
A, I agree. And B, oh God. That's just like, listen, no, just don't. No.
Yeah.
Bose doesn't care for it. I should not care for it. No one should care for this. This is
and
not.
Bose says, she's like,
okay.
it sounds like you're putting yourself above them. And then Sutton, again, this is just like drunk logic because none of this made any sense. She says, I need to take care better. And Bose was like, what? And she goes, I need to take care better. And I was like, that's not a word. That's not a phrase. I don't know what you're saying. And then Sutton goes on to say, Kyle's allegiance will always be to them. Who are you fucking talking about? And what does that have to do with anything that was just said? What does Kyle have to do with, what are you fucking talking about?
Oh, God.
I just feel crazy and angry because I felt myself doing that classic work of like trying to follow the train of thought. And I'm like, why am I doing that? Speak clearly or you're crazy. Those are the options at this point. And instead I was trying to do the math and then I got mad at Sutton for making me do the math. I need to take care better is not a thing. And Kyle's allegiance is not on the table. You said Eric and Dorit look at you and envy what you have. And then Kyle's allegiance is now in the conversation. What is this conversation? It's insane.
Oh, my God.
Go eat your chocolate.
Oh, God. Oh, God. I just, yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. It's just, I think it's because what Sutton has access to are the things that are most seemingly important to Dorit and to Erica Jane, which are labels and money. Labels and money. She can access all the labels she wants. I don't see Sutton wearing a lot of labels all the time. You know, labels that Dorit certainly likes to parade around in.
But Sutton knows that's what they're looking at, and she rubs their face in it. That's why she says Parit. That's why she says get someone whose wallet matches, which also isn't anything real. It's not a real sentence construction. But she's mean about it. She knows that she has that, and that is how she makes them worse than her. And I hate that attitude. It's insane.
I still think a lot of it has to do with the fact that is the little bit of leverage that she can get over them.
Cool. Gross.
Because I know that. But I feel like they're so, how am I trying to, I feel so unclear right now. It's like, I know what I want to say, but I don't know how to say it. That doesn't matter. Who fucking cares? I'm sure I talked about it like one of the 16 episodes behind us that we've talked about.
It's just a different, so like, let's say that Sutton and Jennifer Tilly have similar financial means.
Mm-hmm.
The way Jennifer Tilly deals with things is she just goes, did you see my caftan?
Mm-hmm.
When someone is mean to her, it doesn't faze her because she has so much money. So why? Sutton has so much money. She's right. Congratulations. You have so much money. They'll never be able to have as much money as you. And they'll probably, Dorit's on the verge of losing it all. And Erica is in a similar position because her legal woes are far from over and she might spend time in jail. Congratulations. So be Jennifer Tilly. Just be rich and fuck them. Leave them alone.
Okay.
Instead of rubbing their nose in it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so like, why?
Yeah. Oh,
It's
God.
sad.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, I need therapy. I need therapy. I need therapy.
So do I. We're both in it constantly.
Oh, yeah.
Then we have Dorit and Erica just sort of priming us for what's going to happen later, where they mention they're pissed of being accused of coordinating against Sutton. And then we head into our carnival dressing / glam montage of feathers and thongs.
Dorit kicks it off by trying to twerk.
That was embarrassing.
And she can't, but she high-fives her glam anyway. And I was all, oh.
And it was terrible because he did it first and it was like, yes. And then she did. And it was like, no.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lord.
yeah. Oh, God. And then Erica, none of the other girls know what they're doing. Oh, okay, Miss Pat the Puss. Okay, everyone, Erica's the only one that knows how to like get sexy in a sexy costume. No one else knows how to do it. No one else knows how to do shit with their hips. Just Erica. She's so fucking annoying.
She is annoying. And she looked great, which was added annoying.
I mean,
was like, God damn it.
Just like, God, the lady doth protest. Shut up. I can't stand her. Why can't she quit? You know what? She got nothing else going on.
She has so much else going on.
Oh, you're right.
That title card at the end absolutely enraged me. I was like,
enraging.
wow.
It's
cool.
enraging. She
Cool,
better earn
Broadway.
that money. She better earn that money. She needs to pay some people. Yeah. Allegedly.
Not allegedly.
I know.
That's, just not talked about.
I thought they all looked stunning.
They looked great. Jennifer Tilly gyrates and it's terrible and embarrassing. And Kyle FaceTimes her daughter and shows her thong, which was like, why? And then Kathy Hilton is just like ice cold to the person helping her put on her feathered outfit. She's just so, I was done. And then where are we when Erica asks about Sutton's conspiracy theory?
So they've already sat at the dinner table. They all had a very hard time sitting down.
Yes, it was a lot of wingspan.
Dorit, of course, says, I'm the first to say fashion always comes first. Yeah, okay. They toast to the last night in Saint Lucia. And then Erica Jane says, I have a question. Who was it that planned the thing that happened on the boat? Who said it? And she points to Jennifer Tilly and Garcelle. And Jennifer says, I feel bad that it made you feel bad. And then Erica says that she went to Sutton earlier and told her friends were going around saying it was a coordinated attack. We see the flashback to Erica telling Sutton that, and that Sutton saying, I can't speak to what they said, and that I was not aware that that's what was being said. Like, oh my God, you're throwing your friend Garcelle and your friend that you go to like Europe and Dolce & Gabbana, Altamoda, and Caviar Caspia with, you're throwing your transcontinental friend Sutton and your real friend Garcelle under the bus.
Terrible. This was terrible. For Erica because she's close to Kyle. It's just so gross. It's
gross,
sad.
Dude. What the fuck? Sutton.
Yeah.
Jesus. Ugh.
Then Erica says to Sutton, because of our history, I want to sincerely move on, and I believe you do too. And Sutton goes, I do. Erica just says, it's important to me that everyone understands my opinion is my opinion, and that was not a coordinated attack. Then Garcelle, in the beginning of like cutting ties with Sutton, says, in the spirit of my growing friendship with Erica, she announces she believes her and will let it go. And in a confessional says she wants to focus on other friendships in the group. It's been me and Sutton from the beginning, but basically Sutton has burned her too many times now and stands to lose her. So I'm glad that Garcelle isn't wasting time trying to win back someone who is focused on
Totally
mistreating her.
Oh, God.
And then Bose says that she's happy to be a part of this group. And then we get a great confessional from Garcelle who goes, is this a toxic sisterhood? Yeah, sometimes. But we can all come together and laugh and support each other no matter what. And then they go to the party and it starts raining and it looked wonderful. That looked like so much fun.
It did. Sutton in her little sneakers. Her fancy ass outfit from the ankles up and her little teeny tiny sneakers from the ankle down. Yes. So in Garcelle's closing title, it says, Garcelle continues to call the shots on her sets, but her favorite role is grandma to Oliver's new daughter, Valley.
And we see the sweetest picture of Garcelle holding that baby, and it's very cute.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bose, in like a very self-aware confessional, says that she learned how to navigate relationships outside of the corporate world with people who are not her employees. And I thought that was really interesting because she didn't appear to struggle with that. But I do wonder if that is a challenge, because she did sort of have to act like a boss from time to time, or a project manager managing all of these projects.
Yeah.
These women. But she said she's excited to get to know them better, which indicates that she's probably going to come back around. And then her little title card said she has started her fertility journey with Keeley and he has said, I love you. So great.
And then Sutton says, if I could change anything, it would be my relationship with Dorit. I could have handled that better. And then her card says, Sutton and Dorit's friendship remains on ice, but Sutton's relationship with RHOBH is warming up better than ever. Okay.
Good. I hope healing that mother wound will open up some more patience and kindness and tolerance for herself and for others.
Seriously.
Because what she said about Dorit was just nothing. She says, if I could change anything from this year, it would be my relationship with Dorit. I wish I'd handled it differently. But there's no meaningful responsibility. It's so vague and non-committal and like definitely conditional still. It just was like, oh, Sutton. And then Kyle mentions that she will have to have conversations with Mauricio and decisions will have to be made. And I did appreciate this little hopeful last statement where she said, if I'm not going to be married to Mauricio, I'm going to have a great life with someone. I will. And I thought that was nice. And then her little title card said, Kyle and Mauricio are still at a stalemate over next steps, but Kyle remains open to love in her life while hopefully avoiding the paparazzi. Ha, ha, ha.
She exhausts me. Even her title card exhausts me.
I know.
Dorit says that she wants peace and happiness and she deserves it. And her card says, Dorit and PK currently have no plans to rekindle their relationship, but they are working on co-parenting together. And Dorit is considering filtering PK's emails to her junk folder. And I just say stay tuned for their reconciliation arc next season, just as they planned. Dun, dun, dun. 1 month later, we see Garcelle with her family. Is this where the Oreos thing comes up? Yeah.
She says, what's in my pocket? And Oliver Jr. goes, Oreos. And then Oliver Sr. reports that his son thinks that all Grandma eats is Oreos, which I thought was so cute.
Bose is doing yoga. Sutton with dead rodents in her yard, repeating herself yet again. Was that when she was saying, no?
She was saying, no, because there was like a dead squirrel on its back. It was so graphic. And both of her dogs were like, kept coming for it.
Yeah.
And then Avi came out and just screamed. It was mayhem over there.
So then we go to Erica Jane's house and she grabs a pint of ice cream out of the freezer and she's eating it. And we see that on August 27, Tom Girardi was found guilty of embezzlement. She looks us in the eye and says, metaphorically looks us in the eye and says that she never saw this coming. And I was like, what? Excuse me. I saw this coming. My kid who is asleep with his eyes closed upstairs saw this coming. Marco saw this fucking coming. Widows, orphans, and burn victims fucking saw this coming. Erica, she says that she does not know if she'll ever get over this. You don't? You don't think you're ever... I want to throw my pen right now. I'm so mad at her.
Well, she's in trouble and she knows it because these convictions put the spotlight right back on her. And she's right to enjoy the moment in her life right now because I don't know what happens next to her. But being found guilty on 4 embezzlement and wire fraud counts makes his wife look complicit, if not guilty herself. So I don't know. Yeah. And she knows it, you know. So,
I'm about to launch into my whole... So Kyle comes over, and in her confessional, she says, when I first heard the verdict, I immediately thought of Erica. No shit, Kyle? Like
we all did.
Oh, wow. You're kidding. You did? Really, Kyle? Oh my God. Plus, you can see so like this is how many months after Erica's remodel sponsored by Martin Lawrence Bullard has commenced. This is the first time Kyle's seen it because Kyle, again, is such a good friend of hers. God, she sucks. Anyway, super good friend. Kyle wanted to be there for her. And Kyle said, yeah, I wanted to be here for you. Erica says, I'm doing terribly. This is where I just got my blood fucking boiled. I started to feel tired. I wanted to sleep a lot. I didn't want to slide back into that terrible, terrible place. In her confessional, she says, when I heard the verdict, the walls started to close in. Yes, they did. Do you want to know why? Because you, my friend, are guilty too. The time and the courts moved slow when it came to you. So you had some breathing room. Again, people moved on to another scandalous Bravo headliner 5 that happened in between the time of all this shit going down with Tom. So you were able to buy your own bullshit that this was depression that you were going through. And fine, maybe it was some depression. I personally think that she knew that the walls were caving in. And yeah, that's going to make anyone want to fucking feel depressed. I'm going too far. Am I going too far?
No, I
don't want to fuck around with
I think she was
legitimizing or
suicidal.
non-legit. I do too. I'm just saying my point is that she's telling her friend that she feels a new depression coming on. And I'm here to say, no, this is the fact that you don't get to run from the truth anymore. And the truth fucking hurts when it's truth like you are dealing with. I want to make that abundantly clear right now. I am not here to say that I get to decide, did Erica have the same kind of depression that I have or that my friends have had or my family has had? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I don't appreciate her. This is what I'm trying to say. I don't appreciate her claiming depression when really what she should be claiming, in my opinion, is responsibility. And that, oh shit, I can't run no more. I can't run no more. It's here. It's facing me in the face. It's facing me in the face.
I think that was the tactic, was to I think she was hoping Tom would get acquitted and then that would take all the heat off of her. He's now been convicted of everything. So now she's claiming, she blames her meds and her drinking again. She said it immediately took me back a couple of years ago when everything was out of control. And then she mentions her medication or drinking, and she felt like she was being dragged down. And she says Tom has now been convicted on 4 wire fraud cases and faces up to 80 years. She let him be repped by public defenders. So if she didn't want him convicted, that's, she had a part in that too. She bought a Porsche instead of getting him better legal counsel.
Right.
And Kyle asks her if there's any relief or closure with this, verdict coming down. And Erica says she is not out of the woods by any means. And then she tries to blame him. He put me through a lot. So she's just changing her tack here. She's still not taking responsibility. Now she's saying it's medication, alcohol, and Tom. That's what made me do it. But she had choices. She had agency. And I don't envy her. This is it's very serious.
It is. It is serious.
And again, she could have done herself so much good by returning the earrings. If she had just said, I was unaware of this, but I will accept culpability. It's like, I always think about Felicity Huffman in the USC scandal where she just went into court and was like, I fucking did it. It's on tape, whatever. And she spent 2 days in jail. That's it. And then all these other dickbags spend years fighting it, or, it just is awful. So
God. And then this bitch has the audacity to say, she says to her Kyle, we have a unique opportunity to create new versions of ourselves, and I deserve to have some fun. And I was like, you know what? You know who really deserves to have some fun, Erica? Marco deserves to have some fun. Widows, orphans, and burn victims, they deserve to have some more fun. They deserve to have fun, Erica. Not you. Not you.
Not yet. It would be great for her to take any kind of responsibility. Nobody's mad about her drugs and medication. Everyone's mad about the earrings.
Yeah.
Those could have really supported people who were in crisis because of what your husband did. Again, guilty by association, at
Yeah.
least. And then her little title card comes up and says she has not spoken to Tom since the verdict, which again, I imagine is advice of counsel. But her career continues to rise. She reprised her Roxy Hart role in Chicago on Broadway and is booked to headline some festival in London this summer. And I was like, well, all right.
Make that money so you can pay back some people when the time comes.
Yeah. So that's that.
That's that.
Season, what was this?
Season 14.
Yeah.
Season 4,897. That's how much I feel like this. Yeah. It was, I kept waiting. I kept waiting.
I know.
Like it was
just
getting
was like
there,
a
but then it just
lateral pass after
yeah,
lateral pass.
Yes,
it was
that's
like,
what it
all
was. That's a
right.
perfect way to
Can
describe
we
it.
go down the
describe
field
it. Yeah.
ever? No? Okay, cool.
What else did you watch this week, friend?
I finally got caught up on White Lotus, and holy shit, it's great. So, and then I watched Summer House and Southern Charm, and that's it. I think that's it. Oh yeah, and I March Madness, of course. I'm like, I know I've been watching TV, but so the NCAA basketball tournament has begun. Michigan barely squeaked by the first round. We got out of the second round, and we will play our Sweet 16 game on Friday night. So, hooray.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, we're playing the number one team, so it's going to be challenging. But that's the beauty of this tournament. It's the beauty of college sports. It's so emotional, and it just is great to watch. So
Yes.
I'm loving it.
Yes.
How about you? What did you watch?
I watched White Lotus as well, Yellow Jackets, which is finally back, baby. I mean, back like season 1 era back, just as of the last episode, by the way. Like, oh, that's all I'm going to say. Like, come on. If Yellow Jackets didn't give anything by last week, I was going to have to like sunk cost fallacy be damned, and I was going to have to consider noping out. And I don't nope out. My point is Yellow Jackets. And then finally caught up on Summer House, like the whole first 6 episodes, however many have aired. So now I'm caught up with everyone. Wow. It's just a real interesting, like Lexi and Jesse, just woo, coming in hot. And West sure isn't having the season he had last year.
Oh man, it's great. I'm
Yeah.
really enjoying it.
I love it. I love it
Yeah.
so much. I fucking love Summer House so much. I love it. Oh my God. I hate Kyle. I hate Kyle so much. I find him repugnant. Like he is insufferable. He's one of the most insufferable men who is not a criminal to our knowledge in Bravo. For me, he's one of the most insufferable non-criminal men on Bravo. I just said that twice. I'm sorry. I don't feel coherent. Anyway, and what was your antidepressant?
My antidepressant was just like so many theater experiences. I went to see my goddaughter perform in this musical at this little venue right by my house, and she was fantastic and hilarious and adorable. And they had like full wigs and costumes. They were mic'd. It was like insane production value, and it was just she's just the friggin' cutest. And to see her on stage made me laugh, and it made my heart so full. And then the following night, I did my show and had a lovely crowd, and it was great. And then last night, I went to a concert with my friend, and it was fantastic. This band that's been around for like 25 years, and the lead singer's never sounded better. And he's relatively recently sober and just lost a parent. And like people's art deepens when they
Yeah.
go through things like that. And it was just amazing. And it was at the Wiltern, which is like a venue that I love. It's beautiful, and the sound is great. And being out in theaters around Los Angeles was a total joy this week. So
Oh,
those are my antidepressants.
That's
How
great.
about you?
yeah, I did ketamine this afternoon, and I needed to do it. It was a very uncomfortable journey, but I know it'll be good in retrospect as I integrate what came up. It's intense. It's really intense, and I have very little. What am I trying to say? I am in a very vulnerable and raw place. It's illuminating.
It's growth.
It's
so
gross.
Of course it's painful.
so uncomfortable. Thank you. Yes,
Yeah.
I am so groggy.
Someone in a meeting the other day said if it was comfortable, it wouldn't get my attention.
Oh, damn it.
And I thought that was so true because I want everything to be comfortable all the time. And I always think something's wrong when it's not, but it just means something's changing.
You're so right, dude.
And it's true. And it wouldn't get my attention. If I was comfortable, I wouldn't ever do anything.
Oh my God, Margie.
I would just sit around and be comfortable. But like, that's not how life works. And that's not how our purposes are fulfilled. Like we have to go do shit. So
yeah, that's a very, very good point. Very, very good point. Yes. So that was a literal antidepressant, however uncomfortable it felt in the moment.
Well, I'm so glad you were able to give this a go, even just mere hours after having that
Me too.
treatment.
It was interesting. And that's one thing that I really love about this. A year ago, definitely 10 years ago, for sure, 20 years ago, I was not good at experiments. I would have been like, what? I can't do it. That's going to be, it's like, okay, this is the way our schedules worked out. Like this is when we were going to have to do this podcast. And it's like, okay, well, we'll see what happens. I am not a we'll see what happens kind of a person at all. That is a terrifying place for someone with anxiety to be. See what happens?
No,
Absolutely
thank you.
not.
Let's control every possible outcome, play them all out to their bitter ends, and then have every path mapped.
About 50,000 times while we've been recording, I've thought like, oh my God, I sound like a big dummy. Oh my God, I just sound like a big hater. Oh my God, I sound like a big bitch. And it's like, I can't control what anyone is thinking about what I'm saying. Have I sounded more what I consider to be therapized in past episodes we've recorded? Yeah. Maybe it had to do with the fact that what they gave us in this episode was really not a lot to work with.
Not a lot.
Like
no.
It was infuriating. Like even maybe, let's see, maybe even the Buddha would have said like, this shit is infuriating.
I mean, it was just like the same old on location in Saint Lucia. It's like all these same storylines are just following us to this new location.
Yeah.
We got some feathers and
so
we got an ass load of Kathy Hilton and
oh God.
We're done.
Yeah.
Now
so
on
that
to the
thing.
reunions.
Yes. I can't wait for the reunions. I need a switch. At least maybe now we'll see some people being taken to task, but I don't know why I would think that. That's magical thinking.
It seems like it doesn't look pleasant. But again, they're so good at editing.
Yep.
All of their promos are like fucking incredible. Have you seen the promo for The Valley? I know you don't watch that show.
I don't
but
watch The Valley.
Yeah. But if you catch the promo, it's like, again, just as like a feat of editing and storytelling short form, it's incredible. They do an amazing job. You don't have to watch it.
No, I know.
understand your objections.
We'll see. It just depends. I mean, we need to figure out what we're going to talk about next.
I mean, it's probably Summer House or maybe The Valley because, this is Jax's cocaine intervention.
If The Valley is starting, then I will have to suck it up. I will have to suck it up.
We are not doing a suck it up. This is not a suck it up.
I'm willing to be uncomfortable and grow. I'm willing to be uncomfortable and grow.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
If it resists, it persists. I'm just joking.
The Valley.
Yes.
Listen, you hate the name for a person. The show is, the cast is challenging. There'll be lots of cameos from Vanderpump Kids since they're done now.
Oh, God, never mind. That's right. I'm going to have to say fucking Lala. No,
that's
sorry.
Right.
I'm going to set a boundary right now.
Fair.
Yeah.
I'll be watching, but we do not need to.
I don't think I can handle it.
I'll alert you if it's. I'm most curious about watching Jax bottom out and then go to a recovery program for 17 days and then decide he hasn't mastered and leave. So
oh my God, dude.
We'll
Unbelievable. Friend, I love you. Thank you for hanging in with me.
Likewise.
Thank you. Yes. Everyone, take good care. We hope you had a good time listening. I don't even know. I gotta go. I gotta put myself to bed.
Go rest by all means. Thank you everybody for listening. And we will talk next week.
Yes, for sure. We'll definitely be back to talk about that reunion.
Yes.
For sure. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Ramona and Margie are obviously not doctors and do not provide medical advice. Their content is intended to be used for entertainment purposes only. It is not intended to be, should not be interpreted as, or used as a substitute for medical advice or a diagnosis of any health or fitness problem, condition, or disease, nor a recommendation for a specific test, doctor, care provider, procedure, treatment plan, product, or course of action.
My mom isn't a doctor.